Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Even if you're not Irish, happy St. Patrick's Day. I most certainly am not Irish, but happy St. Patrick's Day. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, where do I start with this video? Just now, I posted a video. I've seen this video. This video popped up on my For You, on my feed. I don't know. I've never seen this guy before. I've never seen the channel before. But the name of the title of the video caught my attention. I'm not doing very well. Just that. By DM Diablo International. DM ... Diablo International. And I watched the video. Just now, I watched this video 3 days ago, and it's like I freaked out. It's like I have to talk about this guy. I have to talk about this video. I am this guy. I was this guy. I have to talk about this video, and I've been putting it back. I've been trying not to talk about it because I don't even know who this guy is. He does role playing. I used to do Dungeons and Dragons back in 1983, 82. I don't know jack about his channel. I really don't. But this video, man, me and him are brothers. I know exactly what he's talking about. I didn't want to do this video. I kept making excuses not to do this video for the last 3 days. Because I'm like, my viewers I don't know who this guy is. My viewers have no idea who this guy is. I'll probably get like 5 views, 10 views. But I kept going back to this video every single day and rewatching it. I just did again. My hands are shaking right now. And it's like, screw it. I have to talk about this. And there's more to it. I don't know if this is fate or destiny or karma or whatever. But just 3 or 4 days ago, I did a video about guilt. I knew it wasn't going to get a lot of views. I was talking about my childhood and my young adult years being abused. And I talked about guilt and how it still follows me to this day. And I wanted to reach out and talk to other people. This is before I even saw this guy's video. Now, don't get me wrong. This guy never said anything about the kind of thing that I went through. He talked about PSD. He talks about PSD in his video. And, anyway, I just downloaded this video on my community channel to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to put the link down below so you guys can watch this video. I put it on my community channel, and I typed in, I have to talk about this guy in this video today. And my hands are freaking shaking. That's how, I'm not kidding, that's how much this is affecting me. This guy's about 20, 25 years younger than me. I'm in the old end of the Gen X. I'm 57 years old. I was born in 66. This guy is 32. But almost half my age. I was his age when he was born. I was in my 30s in the 90s. So we got a lot of things that, we're from two completely different generations. But when I watched this video, I was going to watch some of his other videos because I want to get a feel, I want to see if is this at first I was like, is this real? Who is this guy? And I saw another video he did after this that he talks about. The name of the video is I wasn't expecting that response. And I haven't watched any of his other videos yet because I don't want to get off the topic, this video. I don't want to start rambling because I do that. This guy talk. I don't even know his name. DM Diablo International, and he talks about PTSD. And I tend to ramble. I'm familiar with that, and I watch this video, and I see somebody that's on the last thread, hanging by the last thread. That's what I see. I see somebody that's it. I remember feeling like this. I remember it so freaking clearly. I remember sitting on the hood of my car back in the 90s when I was his age. And I have so much in common with this guy. My family lives close to me. I have a family that loves me. I'm doing well. I'm not rich. I'm not poor, but I'm doing well. I'm healthy. I got a family that lives near me. And I did then in my 30s too. But I remember when I was this guy's age, in my 30s, I remember sitting on my car on the hood. I was on a dam close to here at a state park. And I remember just sitting there and crying, man. And I remember saying out loud, I am so lost. I am so lost. Everything is so black. And as I watched this guy's video, like I said, he talks about PSD, and he talks about how this is the reason I'm doing the video too, because he says the people, it's not just him. I'm not just doing this video for him, but he talks about people his age and other guys his age, that most of them, a lot of them feel like this too, and a lot of them have done drastic things because of this. And that's when I made my mind up. You know what? I'm going to make this video. I have no training, no schooling in psychology, but everything this guy said, I've been through. I don't know this guy's background. I'm going to tell, what I wanted to reach out and tell him, and I did say in the comments, is it gets better. My life has changed. Like I said, I don't have schooling, I don't have training, but I could tell you what changed in my life and how it got better. And there is hope, man. This is what I want to just tell you, because this when I watch this video, I see somebody that has zero hope. He talks about carrying this with him, and you could feel, you could see the bleakness. I talk about empathy almost every day, and when I watch this video, man, I feel this guy. I feel it. My hands start shaking. I could be in his skin. And I just see the blackness and the loss of hope this guy has. And I have to talk about this. I don't have a solution. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I took medication for depression, just like he did. There's stuff I went through that he probably did not. I don't want to suggest that he suffered like I suffered from addiction. I started self-medicating, drinking, after I was abused in my childhood from the age of 11. If you go back just a few videos, you'll see the video about this by my mother's boyfriend. She had no idea. After my father died when I was 9 from brain cancer, my mother dated a cop, and he started molesting me for 4 or 5 years until I was over past 15 years old. And I put a stop to it, and I just did a video last week talking about guilt, about how I still carry this with me, this feeling. And I watched this guy's video, and he talks about the stuff he's talking about. We might not have gone through exactly the same thing. I don't know what his childhood was like, besides from talking about PTSD, but I know that feeling that he's feeling. In my 30s, I felt that. I felt black. I felt the blackness. And, and the stuff I'm going to tell you, it's going to sound ridiculous. It's going to sound condescending. It's going to sound patronizing and silly and stupid, but that's all I could do. The stuff that changed my life. It's going to sound silly. It is. When I was 40, I finally got into recovery. Now, I'm not saying this guy has anything to do with addiction or alcohol. I don't know. But that's the first thing I changed. And I started getting a routine in my life. And I weighed 90 pounds more than I weigh right now. I was overweight. I was missing all my teeth. I cut my own hair. I was doing okay. I had a job and all that, but I had no schedule. I'm an introvert. And I have to force myself to interact with people. And after I interact with people, I have to go back into solitude to re-energize. With extroverts, it's the opposite. They have to be with people to get energy. This is a truth. So it's hard for me to go out and interact with people. But I found the more that I did that, the better I felt. Getting a schedule. That's another thing that I did. You guys know I get up every single morning. You want to know honestly the time I wake up? I wake up at 2:30 a.m. every morning. I fall asleep about 7 p.m., but I wake up all through the night. My sleeping never got back to normal after 16 and a half years of recovery. So it still never got back to normal. I wake up through the whole night. My sleeping will never go back to normal. But I get up, I force myself 365 days a year for the last 16 and a half years to get up at 2 to 3 a.m. every morning. A schedule, a routine. Doing things for other people, that helped me. You know, making other people feel good ended up changing the way I felt. Because for a long time, I was seeking things to make myself feel better. What could I, more money, a better car, a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend. Well, I mean, I had girls I used with, but I wouldn't call them girlfriends. You know, I've never been married. I have no kids. I could relate to this dude. You know, even what he says about his channel, about letting people down. I have the same character, the same personality as this guy. And I feel for him. I ate better. Eating. Like I said, I know this sounds small. You know, when you're talking about just this, you know, this guy's talking about depression and blackness and you know, and the loss of will to live. And the stuff I'm saying is going to sound silly. But each one of them together changed things. Today, for the last 16 years, these have been the best 16 and a half years of my life. I wake up every day and I am thankful and happy every single day. I'm not rich. I don't have a girlfriend, right? My girlfriend died. I shouldn't laugh about it, a year and a half ago. And I grieve her and I miss her every day, but I'm still happy to be here because I know she'd want me to be happy that I'm still here. I think going through this stuff almost made me appreciate life even more by losing somebody so close to me like that. This is another thing that I want to say to this guy. At 57 years old, since I've been like 40, I realized how fast life goes by. It goes by even faster. I thought once I got clean and sober, life would go by slower because I wasn't high and drunk. Seriously. But it goes by even faster. The last 16 and a half years have sped by. I still feel like I'm 30 or 40 years old. It goes by faster and faster every year. Your life will be gone before you know it. This whole thing will be over and done with. Before this guy is 32, before he knows it, he will be 60. Watch. I guarantee it. This whole thing is going to go by way faster than you could ever imagine. It gets faster and faster every year. So there's no use in opting out. Don't opt out. It gets better. Trust me. Regulating your day, eating better. I work out every day. I work out to excess every day. But that makes me feel good about myself. And that changed the way I feel about life and the way I feel about other people. I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life now. You know, and I remember feeling like this. I know this sounds stupid, you know, when you're dealing with depression, because people told me this back when I felt like this. I remember a nurse. I went into the hospital. Let me just say this. And I was in hardcore withdrawals from heroin. And she suggested that I go home because the hospital was busy and they couldn't take me in this time. And I go home and drink some herbal tea. You know, I'm throwing up, messing myself, haven't slept for 3 days, you know, convulsions. And she wants me to go home and drink some sleepy time, nighttime tea. You know, it's that kind of, I feel like that's the kind of advice I'm giving here. But this is all I can do. All I can tell you is it gets better. Things change. I know it doesn't feel like that now. But before you know it, I was there. I was right where you're sitting right now. And once I started changing the way I felt about myself and doing things for other people, treating myself better, things changed. They did. Things got better. And then after I lost things in my life, I realized how short life is. It's all going to go by in the blink of an eye. Before you know it, you're going to be 80, 90 years old, and you're going to be looking at the last days of your life. And it's going to go by like that. Don't opt out. Stick with it. Things get better. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. I was there. I was sitting where you are today. Things get better. DM Diablo International from Artists of Recovery.